Hey everybody, this is Ross the Boss, and you're listening to Backstage Access, where the real show begins.
Hey, this is Chris with Backstage Access, and we are here today with Ross the Boss to talk about the brand new DeathDealer album. How are you today?
I'm fine.
Awesome. So, let's talk about the latest DeathDealer release. It's been a while, since Hallowed Ground. So tell us a little bit about what's been going on and how this new album, Conquered Lands, came together.
Well, we had a bunch of songs, and after the second one, we took a break. Well, because my band was going pretty strong,
okay.
And it still is. And so we had these songs, and we figured, with the lockdown and everything, we figured the time was right to start the new record again. So that's basically the story. I mean, it's like we had the time. And we seized the time. So the record is, we said, let's finish it and let's put it out. And even though we knew we couldn't tour right now,
right,
we still figured that, we'd be in the public eye.
Sure. Now, as far as the songwriting was for this album, had you already had the songs kind of in the vault, so to speak, or did you all have to get together and kind of work through them again?
No, we had the basis of a lot of the songs, and we just added, it just, how songs come, it just, it happens.
Right. Now, what about some of the lyrics on this? Who's responsible for the majority of that?
Well, that would be Sean.
Okay, and
yeah.
Does it usually happen where he comes up with an idea for like a lyric or a story? Because a lot of the songs are not really just lyrics; they're kind of stories within themselves, which is really cool. Or do you guys usually have some musical ideas and he writes to go along with that?
Well, sometimes most of the time it's a musical riff.
Okay.
And then I guess Sean's imagination is so prolific that he just comes up with it. Other times one of us might give a phrase or a song title or a subject, and that triggers the lyrics.
Okay. Now, how was the recording process for this album? Because, being in the lockdown mode, was everything passed along virtually kind of, or were you able to actually get into a studio and, do it together?
No, we're all separated, unfortunately.
Right. Okay.
So, most of the songs come from Australia. Okay. Between first it's Stu, Sean, then me, then Mike, then Steve, and they just keep going round and round. So with the beauty of the internet is that we can just keep it fresh, keep it moving, keep improving. Especially Stu and I on the guitar end, we got this thing about challenging each other. And so I do a solo, and then he goes, "Oh man, I'm going to redo mine." and then I go, "Oh, no," and then I put mine. I put my 2 cents back in. So the band keeps it up. It's fresh.
Okay. Now, is that how you would normally do it, or would you normally have gotten all together to record it as a group?
Well, unfortunately, we can't because Stu lives in Sydney, Australia.
Okay.
So that immediately, and then Sean is in California, San Diego area.
Okay.
And Steve is in Los Angeles, and Mike is in New Jersey, and I'm in Queens.
Okay. So pandemic or no pandemic, this is the easiest way for you guys to get it all done.
It's pretty much the only way, unless we're on tour. And then we can have studio dates, which is it's too expensive that way, most of the time.
Right. I would imagine. Now, tell me a little bit about the artwork on this album, because, God, I'm such a huge fan of the old school, vinyl and all the artwork that comes with it, and this is just outstanding.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, Dusan Markovic is a brilliant, brilliant artist. Excuse me, and he comes up. We tell him song titles. We tell him album titles, and he comes up with this stuff. And he runs it by us, and he just he just blows our brains out with this stuff. I mean, that cover is just it's brutal. It's just amazing looking.
It's insane. It's awesome.
It is, and he's a brilliant artist, and he's part of the team. A great artist is part of the team. So yeah, we're lucky to have him. We really are.
You are, and I love that, you as a band, you take that extra step to include that, because so many bands, don't have the ability to do that, or they've just gotten away from it because it's kind of a flashback to the old days in many ways, where people, only came out on vinyl, and you needed all this stuff to kind of promote the product, which is really not the case nowadays. But I love that you guys still go all out and do that.
Yeah, we're old school, and we'll always be old school. There's no doubt about it. We're proud of it, and people want it. People want it when it was really good. The music was really better back then, and we believe that. So.
Now, with everyone being in different areas, obviously, the internet helps facilitate as far as the writing and the recording process. Mm-hmm. But also, everybody's kind of come from, other backgrounds and other bands and big bands and you yourself. And so when you guys first got together and over the years, too, was there ever any difficulties as far as what direction DeathDealer was going to go? Or did you guys kind of all gel right from the beginning and have that kind of chemistry and know what this project was going to be about as a band?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, well, actually, we knew what it was going to be. And I don't know, we understood. I understood, because I joined, first, and with Stu and Sean, and then Mike, we had different bass player and then different drummer. But I knew where it was at, and that's what I wanted. I kind of knew what it was. It's just I would be joining a band that I wouldn't have to be the main songwriter, the guy. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I would be a contributor, which is better. I like that better. And because there's just only so many songs that can go around to so many bands.
Right.
So I'm excited about it. It's a great thing. RTB Band is RTB Band, and Mike LaPointe Silent Assassins is Silent Assassins, and Sean has Cage and Three Tremors, and I have the Dictators now again. We're in the middle of a recording process, and it's going great.
Awesome.
RTB, but yeah, Dictators, the DeathDealer. So I got my three bands, and everyone else. So it's a great time creatively for us.
Sure.
Not financially, because we can't go out and make any money now, but
right.
When we are able to do that, I think it's gonna be like an explosion of music and great things.
Yeah, I believe so. Everybody's hungry for it, man.
Yeah, and we're ready with new music, tons of it, And as a matter of fact, I'm recording DeathDealer 4.
Okay. Awesome.
DeathDealer 4 is done, and DeathDealer 5 is done.
Wow. Okay, so you're a ton of steps ahead of the game now.
Yeah.
You're just ready to go.
Yeah, DeathDealer is way ahead of everything, and so will the Dictators be in RTB. So we're really, we're working hard now, and we're keeping our spirits high, and so we'll see.
Now, obviously, you mentioned this has just been, a crazy year, and without the touring, everybody's taken a huge hit. Have you had to adapt, though, to anything as far as the release of the album because of everything that's been going on?
Well, not really, because Sean is Steel Cartel Records.
Okay.
So he's in charge of that, and he's really run it. He's expanded it, and the sales are very good, and the press is great, and so we are actually I know we're ahead of the game, I think.
Yeah.
So
I think it's been a good year to release music because everybody's at home, everybody's looking for something to listen to,
right.
and eager to get into new music, even things that they may not have otherwise
Right.
checked out because they can't go to a live show and see the band that they want to or the band that they've always gone to see. So they are turning into other avenues and exploring more, I think.
And right, and we tell our fans and supporters that we're only releasing 3 songs to digital media, and the rest. And if you want to hear the real album, you're gonna have to buy it. And I think that's quite important. And you know, you're gonna have to buy the record, and instead of giving it away. You know, we're tired of giving it away.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't like to work for free, and I'm sure you don't either.
No one does.
Now, being that there's no tours right now, and I'm sure once you guys can, then things are going to start rolling and happening.
Right.
Do you imagine DeathDealer will be maybe hitting Europe first, or where's your biggest following, and where do you think you guys would head out to?
It's Europe and U.S.
Okay.
You know, because RTB Band is booking. I have shows booked right now for Spain in April, and I doubt that's going to happen. Really,
Right.
I have a whole bunch of shows. I got. We just announced a show in Bulgaria today. Plus, I'm going to be doing a string of shows with Mark, my singer in Russia, like with orchestra. So far,
nice.
13 shows so far. So we'll see.
Okay, cool. Now, have you done any live stream events, or is that something that, as a band, you would consider doing, or is that just kind of not in your wheelhouse?
Oh, well, DeathDealer hasn't done any yet, but we're thinking of it, but my band has.
Okay.
RTB has. We've done.
And how does that work out well for you? Is it something that you would consider doing again, especially with the touring not improving right away?
Well, we did the Wacken live.
Okay.
Supposedly like 64 million views.
Yeah. Awesome.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Yeah, I had a great reaction. So, but DeathDealer will have a great reaction too. I guarantee you. So.
That would be cool. That would be cool to see. I know everybody's hungry for it in whatever way they can get live music. So even if we have to watch it on our screen for a little while,
I agree.
That's another avenue that we can hope to see. Now, you have been in such great bands, and now you said the Dictators are recording again, or what's the update on that?
Well, the original band is back, minus Mr. Manitoba. Mr. Manitoba won't be in the band.
Okay.
But it's the original Dictators, and with our new drummer, Albert Bouchard from the Blue Oyster Cult. He's an amazing drummer. You know, you listen to him every day on the radio with "Don't Fear the Reaper" and you know. Godzilla and all those songs that BOC gets played. That's Albert playing drums, so he's the drummer, and we're done. We're in the mixing process of a lot of songs. So the Dictators will also be ready when the green light is given. Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to, chat with us and fill us in on what's going on with DeathDealer and the RTB and the Dictators. And it sounds like as soon as everything's in, given the all clear, that you're going to be the busiest man in metal, maybe.
Well,
with all this going on.
I really hope so. I think we are, and it's only, to me, to see good people and our friends and make people happy and bring some joy to the world again, and we'll see.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what artists do anyway. That's what all of us want to do anyway.
Right.
The ones that are really doing this, just and it's not just for the bucks, as you can see. So.
Right. Yeah. I totally get that, and we can't wait to see you guys, and I hope that I get a chance to see DeathDealer live, because the new album, Conquered Lands, I love it. It's everything that I love about metal is in this record. That's right in my wheelhouse. So I call it, my term is magnificent metal, and I hope that everybody else gets a chance to check it out and enjoy it as much as I did.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, and it's a pleasure speaking to you. And just know that we're going to be in it. Or, believe me, we're in it to win it, for sure.